everyone. So I hope this setup is okay so you can see everything, and I'll do my best to not go in front of the camera. I've got my white glue and water. I'll show you kind of the consistency of it. It's kind of thick, but it's also, you know, runny. It's not a huge importance of the mixture. It's as long as there's enough glue in it to glue things down. I've got my pile of paper. You don't have to do strips of paper. You could do torn paper. You can do, I'll try to find out if there's a place to buy strips of paper, but there's all sorts of things you can do. I apologize, there's going to be planes in this video, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So let's get started. I have a 5x7 canvas board here, and I've got my glue mixture here. I'm going to put some of it into this Tupperware. So for some of the thin pieces, it's just easy to drag them through this instead of trying to use the paintbrush. So let's see, I'll put it right there. And in the background, I tend to use paper that's kind of neutral, because I kind of just want to get rid of the background texture of the canvas. So here we go. So, no, wrong edge. Okay, so I'm just running it like that through it. So it's a shallow dish. And then I'm going to take another brush. Not one that's all soaked in the glue. This is a little drier, so, and go over it and just press down the glue out the sides of the paper. And then you're going to take another one. I love the contrast between the papers. So this one's a little thin paper, so I'm going to actually use glue to put glue down first, and then put the piece down. And then because it's a kind of flimsy paper, I'm just really lightly pressing it down, still with a little bit of glue on my brush. And so I just keep going around. Here's another piece that's kind of thin, so I'm going to use my brush to put this one on. I don't go into any particular order. I kind of just try to make it as random as possible. Some of these papers I have leak, so it means like the fibers come out, or the or the color leaks. So I just grab a piece of paper towel to wipe my brush on sometimes. I've got a whole lot of paper to choose from, so let's add some yellow. I like doing all different colors. You could do this, you know, with all blue paper if you wanted to. You could do this with like your favorite color and just do only that color in different maybe shades or something like that. So again, kind of thin paper. I just went ahead and put the glue down and press the paper onto it with my brush. I'm wiping off my paintbrush again on the paper towel because it's feeling a little goopy. I also use just plain white paper as well, because I'm, like I said before, I'm just like trying to get rid of the background texture of the canvas. Not that that's a bad thing. But for me, I like to kind of cover it all. This is that white piece was mulberry paper. I'll put some links to Dick Blick. It's one of my favorite places to get supplies from. So yeah, again, thin paper, putting the glue down first and then pressing it. What I like about this is the simplicity of it. I'm not expecting it to look like anything. I'm just kind of doing a pattern not really a pattern, but you know what I mean. Like I just keep putting paper down in all the directions and try to fill the canvas. It's almost like doing a jigsaw puzzle where, you know, I'm trying to fill all the negative space and also create contrast between the colors. So let's see, let's do a thicker paper so I can show you how to do it. So this is a pretty thick paper. It's like a scrapbooking paper, but it's gold. I like it. So I'm going to, it's too long, so I'm just going to tear off the end, and that'll be the end that's not in here. I'll use this end. So I will put it through this little thing, at least get glue on the back, and then determine kind of where I'm going to put it. Don't worry if glue leaks everywhere, it's not a big deal. I think I'll put it this way. I'm also going to put glue down on the canvas. So I glued this up, I glued that up. You could wait a little while for the glue to get, both glues to get a little sticky, but I just kind of keep going. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush on the paper towel again, because it doesn't need to be sopping wet with the water glue mixture. I already have quite a bit on the canvas, so I'm just going to pick up what's on here and press it down. And sometimes you'll have to come back and like press down the corners with your finger more and add a little more glue, but also that can be covered, so it's not even necessarily going to show. Another thin one, I'm going to go ahead and paint the glue down, press this down. I don't need to add any more glue. I'm just getting all the air bubbles underneath. If you get wrinkles, I don't worry about it too much, because I like the randomness of that. But you could try pulling up the paper. It depends on how thin it is. If you'll be able to get it up in one piece. Most of the time I can't get it up in one piece, so I just leave it. So this is kind of another thicker piece of paper. Another, I think, old scrapbooking piece of paper. And so having this shallower tray to work on as well is really nice. So I just, in the beginning when I'm just kind of filling in the background, I just kind of randomly put things places. I don't have a plan for this. I'm just grabbing pieces and putting them down. Oop. Remembering that this piece underneath frays a little bit, so I have to be careful when I go over it. Oh, and so does that one. So let's try another color. Again, here's a piece of mulberry paper that I got at Dick Blick, ordered online. They have great supplies, so. There's already quite a bit of glue on here, so I don't really need to add a lot more. I try to find an end that is sharp, but this one doesn't have it. So I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and cut the end off. I think you could also do this in Canva. I'm going to try it out. I know this isn't available for everyone to do, people who have arthritis in their hands and things like that, or don't have the mobility in their hands. But I am working on ways to figure out how to do projects that are as accessible to more people. So I just keep adding, turning and adding. This is a little cake platter thing. I think I got it at a thrift store. So it makes it easy to turn. I've used old wrapping paper, tissue paper. Tissue paper is pretty hard to work with. It's so thin, it rips a lot. But this mulberry paper is pretty inexpensive. So I'll leave a link for that in the description. I keep putting them down, picking a new color. I'm not trying to make any particular pattern. I'm just it's more meditative for me to just like blindly grab one from over here sometimes and figure out how to use it. Okay, so it's not the next day. I'm too impatient for that. You can use a hair dryer if you want to make it dry a little faster, but it's also, you know, nice to take breaks. So you could do either. I'm gonna put another piece of this parchment paper down just in case it's not totally dry. And then I've got a cutting mat underneath that. So I'm going to stand up so I can get a better view. And I'm just, instead of wrapping these around the corner, I am just going to trim off the edges. Helps if you have a sharp X-Acto blade. I'm not sure I have the sharpest X-Acto blade right here, but it'll get through it. Let's see here. If you're gonna glue the edges around on the other side and wrap all the edges around the side, you're gonna want to use probably just straight glue, because you're gonna need something that's a little thicker and has a stronger hold, since all these have kind of seen the glue mixture, so they're a little harder than they used to be. So it might take a little more to wrap them around. So just FYI, if you want me to show you how to wrap them around the edges, just let me know in the comments. I could do that too. I'll show you in a minute another piece I'm working on in this similar design. But these are just fun little meditations to do. Again, you can use any colors you want. Just white glue and water. I've done this on small pieces of cardboard too. Works really well. Oh, I'm totally not showing you. How about we do that? All right. Again. My videos are going to be simple. Not going to do a lot of editing. You just get straight art and me. So, and a little Sebastian Bach in the background. So that's one piece that I've done. And I just really love all the colors. This is another piece I did. I may have shown you in another video. This is redoing an old canvas. And so they're all going to be different. That's what's really cool about this. So let me know if you have any questions. I'd be glad to help you. And let me know what other kind of projects you want to see. I hope you have a great day. Take care, everyone. Oh, and you know, subscribe, like, comment. That's all very helpful. So I hope you had fun watching this project. Have a good day. Bye-bye.